Welcome to this slow and soothing flow for your lower body. You can start by simply sitting down in a comfortable position, closing down your eyes and connecting in with your breath. Taking note of your internal state, your emotions, any physical sensations. And just breathing into this moment. Allow your jaw to relax and your shoulders to drop down a little more. And whenever you're ready, you can drop the chin to the chest and start making big circles with your head. Just starting in one direction, going nice and slow. Doing the last one. And when you reach the front, the middle, then you can switch directions. Going at your own pace here. And taking a last circle. Bringing the head up to neutral. And starting to feel yourself making some skin-to-skin contact, rubbing your legs and your feet, maybe your hips. Maybe even looking at your legs. And then taking your feet and placing the soles together in front of you. Inhaling and coming forward with the spine looking up. Exhaling, pushing the spine backwards, rounding. And start to follow your own rhythm here with your inhales and exhales. Starting the movement from your hips and rolling through the spine. Just a few more of these. And then you can put your arm on one leg and your hand on the other and start to push your hips open. And you can do this dynamically, or you can hold it for a bit of stillness. And switching the hands up, pressing down on the other leg, dynamic or holding still. And then letting that go. Coming back into the middle. Hold on to your feet. And let's do some spinal waves, bowing all the way forward. Coming up, bowing forward on the exhale. Inhale to come up. Exhale, bow forward and stretch out your arms in front of you. Allowing yourself to relax here. Letting the head drop. Letting the hips open. And taking deep breaths all the way into the hips. On your next inhale, come up and over to the right, taking a breath here, raising your upper body and walking over to the left, and taking a breath here, coming back into the middle and slowly coming back up, putting your right leg out, your left foot in the hip crease, inhaling arms up, twisting towards the left, and then bringing your left arm up and over into a side stretch here. And you can keep hold of your knee, of your leg, as I do, or you can relax that arm. Bringing the left arm up and over, but staying in the side stretch, and then raising the upper body, leaning back and switching out the legs, twisting to the right side, and then bringing your right arm up and over into this side stretch here. Remembering to breathe deeply. And then bringing the right arm up and over, keeping your neck and your head in the same position. Before you come up, leaning back and straightening out both legs to open up into your middle splits here. Leaning over the right leg, inhaling, coming over the left leg, exhaling, inhaling, coming up and over to the right, and coming up again and over to the left. One last time, up and over to the right. Relax here for a few breaths. And then lifting the upper body and coming over to the left side. Relaxing the body here. Inhale, come up and into the middle. Taking a breath, straightening out the spine, maybe moving your hips a little from side to side, and then leaning as much forward as you can here. Maybe you want to rest your forehead on your arms, on your hands. Or maybe you want to be on your forearms and just let your head hang. Whatever is most comfortable to you in this moment. And remembering to breathe all the way down into your hips, into any sensations you might be feeling. Just accepting and allowing. Inhaling and pushing yourself up slowly, just pointing and flexing the feet a few times here. And then use your hands to bend your knees, letting the knees fall over to the right and over to the left, doing some windshield wipers here, over to the right and over to the left. One more time to the right, lifting the upper body and twisting over to the right, looking behind you. Coming back to the middle and over to the left, twisting over to the left. And then coming back into the middle, just holding onto your knees and maybe closing the legs a little bit. Take a few movements of the spine. And then come to sit down with straight legs, raising your arms up overhead and leaning forward as much as possible, allowing your hands to land wherever they land, letting your head rest, melting into this moment. A couple of last breaths here. And on your next inhale, slowly come up, maybe grazing your legs with your hands, raising your arms up overhead to sit straight with the spine, bringing them down through your body and placing your palms of the hands on the floor. Just grounding down here. And then bending your knees, coming into the middle of your mat so that you can slowly lower your upper body all the way down to your mat. Bringing your knees into your chest, maybe rolling from side to side if that feels good. Then opening up your knees and grabbing the outside of your feet. Bending your knees around 90 degrees. Soles of the feet pointing up towards the ceiling, and you can play a little bit here with the movement in your happy baby, or you can come into stillness. Whatever feels right for you in this moment. And whenever you're ready, you can let the feet go. And just grab hold of your right knee, straightening out your left leg. Pulling the knee in towards the chest here. And then grabbing hold of the knee with your right hand and making big circles. And try to let the movement come from your hand and your arm and not from the leg itself. And switching the direction of the circles. And then grabbing hold of that leg, you can interlace your fingers behind the thigh and start to straighten the leg as much as possible. And it's perfectly fine if your knee is bent here. You're also welcome to grab hold of your ankle if you prefer that. Deep breaths. And then grabbing hold of your big toe with your peace fingers or the outside of your foot. And just allowing the leg to fall out to the right side. A strap can be useful here if it's not possible for you to straighten out the leg or let it drop to the side. And then letting that go, bending the knee in and twisting the knee to the opposite direction, coming into a supine twist. And you can straighten the leg if you prefer and just grab hold of the outside of your foot. And this you might feel on the outside of your hip. And just rebend your knee, come back into the middle, hug both knees into your chest, and then straighten out the right leg, bringing the left leg further in and starting to make circles with the left leg, with the left knee. And switching up the directions. Pulling the knee in, interlacing your fingers behind the thigh. Or if you want, you can walk the hands up to the ankle, pulling the leg towards you. Deep belly breaths. And then you can grab a hold of your toes at the outside of your foot and bring the leg to the left side, straight here just as before. Try to keep both hips grounded. And then bringing the leg into the middle again and twisting over to the opposite side. And again, you can straighten the leg here and grab hold of the outside of the foot if you want to have that hip stretch. Slowly coming back into the middle, pulling both your knees into your chest, maybe rocking a bit from side to side. And you can rub your legs, your thighs, placing the feet on the floor, letting the soles of the feet touch as you open up your knees into your Supta Baddha Konasana. Your reclined butterfly pose or bound angle pose. The arms can lay by your side, or you can bring one hand to the belly and one to the heart space. And we're going to be here for a couple of minutes, so connect in with your breath. Maybe extend the exhales. Inhale all the way into your hips. And really let go. Another couple of breaths. Make them count. you can help your legs closed. Set your feet as wide as the mat and let your knees fall to one side and then over to the other side, doing the windshield wipers here. Next time they come over to the left side. Then you can close the legs and roll over to your left side. Laying here for a moment, taking some extra deep breaths into your spine and into your hips. And then placing the top hand on the floor to help push yourself up to a seated position. And maybe you can cross your legs the opposite way of how you started. Maybe you want to rub your legs again, just how we started. Just feeling yourself here, present and grounded. And on your next inhale, take the arms out to the side and up over the head, letting the palms meet and putting them down in front of your third eye, your heart, and your belly, and back up to your heart. Bow to honor yourself, honor your body and this practice. Thank you for being here. I love you.